Well, I tell you what, boys. Whenever somebody says they're doing one last job, that usually means their heart's not in it. Probably never was. But for me, well, I do this shit for the love of the game.
The current explosion of really high quality video game adaptations has made me deliriously happy. While not every show or film released has become a box office or critical darling, cough, Borderlands, cough, Prime's Follow Show has become a huge hit for fans and non fans of the popular video games. Viewers are always voraciously hungry for any new series to devour. Bad few have captured people's attention recently like the Fallout series has. So how did this show, based on a video game series, manage to stand out in such an overcrowded market? Let's take a deeper dive into why Prime's Fallout series was such a huge success. Developed by Black Isle Studios, the first Fallout game was released in 1997 and was an instant hit with PC gamers. Since then, it has changed developers to Bethesda and has released 11 games, with more on the horizon. It has built a massive following over the last almost 30 years, with players like me who have no life and have spent countless hours exploring the meticulously crafted post apocalyptic world. The rich lore and background gave the show a solid foundation. The fans of the games already had a connection to the Fallout universe, and our interest was sparked like a handcrafted Molotov cocktail when the show was first announced. The Follow show boasts impressively built sets, stunning CGI, and detailed costumes that plunge viewers right into the wasteland. Head Bethesda creative director himself, Todd God Howard, visited the set many times and was blown away at the level of detail. This high praise comes from someone who's been approached before from other producers to do a Fallout adaptation, but Jonathan Nolan was the only one that got it right in Todd's mind. They had instant chemistry over how to approach the show. As such, a high bar was set and shows that Jonathan took on the task as seriously as a wastelander on a mission to find their missing father. Speaking of Jonathan, but for anyone who doesn't know, Jonathan is the younger brother of acclaimed Oscar winning film director Christopher Nolan, so extremely brilliant talent was already in his blood. But Jonathan, or Jonah as he's so lovingly called, is no slouch himself, having co written scripts with his big bro, including The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, as well as being the showrunner for HBO's Westworld. But he loves the Fallout games, which is why he was able to build such a talented team of collaborators, including seasoned TV veterans Graham Wagner and Geneva Robertson Dorrit. Their love and understanding of the source material shone through like the nuclear sun punching through the polluted, cloudy skies of the wasteland, making the show feel genuine to gamers and non gamers alike. At the heart of every great show are its characters. Fallout introduces a mix of familiar faces and new ones, with the show revolving around the three mains Lucy, played by Ella Pennell, Maximus by Aaron Morton, and Cooper Howard slash the Ghoul. The comparison to the Western classic, the good, the bad, and the ugly are apparent. This variety of characters kept the story moving and narrative fresh and allowed for character development that audiences can connect with. Lucy grew up in an underground vault, so she had no idea about what the surface was like, so her innocence and positivity made her endearing. Maximus grew up in the wasteland, so already had a chip on his shoulder, but also a passion for being a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, a paramilitary organization that collects and preserves pre-war technology. Lastly, there's a real star of the show, Cooper Howard slash the Ghoul, who's been alive for over 200 miserable years thanks to radiation poisoning. So he's pretty much just fed up with humanity in general. Yet at the same time, yearns to reclaim the same humanity he so vehemently disdains. Viewers love rooting for these underdogs, and with each episode, Viewers grew increasingly invested in the characters to learn more about their motivations and struggles. While the game have set narratives, the show took some creative liberties to explore these storylines, keeping the series unpredictable. Each episode uncovered various aspects of the Fallout universe, appealing to the diehard fans, but more importantly, the newcomers that have no clue about the connection to the games. Each twist and turn felt like discovering a buried treasure of stim packs, bobby pins, and caps in the vast wasteland. Along with Jonah, Graham and Geneva knew how to blend the dark themes and humor of the games, making the show thrilling and entertaining but also hilarious. Their very different background in TV writing helped immensely with creating a show that excelled at being both funny and dramatic. The tongue and cheek humor of the Fallout world. This combination of levity and tension kept viewers highly engaged and wanting more, which is why it was smart they dropped the entire season at once. Amazon Studios had no idea how to gauge how popular the show would be before release, so instead of doing the weekly episode route like some of their other shows, they decided to release the entire first season at once. I love being able to binge the entire series over a span of two evenings. All right, who am I kidding? I watched the entire 8 episodes of season in one night, but then I watched the whole season again, then again, and then again. I couldn't get enough of it and was just so over the moon happy with how well the show turned out. Even though game adaptations have improved drastically in the last few years, with shows like HBO's The Last of Us and the box office darling Super Mario Bros., I was still worried that one of my favorite game series wouldn't be shown the proper love and respect that it deserves. But thankfully, my expectations were met and exceeded, especially in terms of the quality of acting. Mr. Walton Goggins, who is so amazing, he deserves his own little section. I was expecting the usual stellar performance from Mr. Goggins because he's been killing it as an actor for over 20 years. Who doesn't love Walton? He's your favorite actor's favorite actor. But what I wasn't expecting was his nuanced, multi-layered performance of a once famous actor turned irradiated ghoul. The opening scene of him as Cooper Howard and his daughter working at a birthday party as his career has taken somewhat of a nosedive was the perfect way to introduce us to the characters and world of Fallout. And did I mention he got nominated for an Emmy for an outstanding actor in a lead drama series? Characters like the Ghoul typically do not get any type of award acknowledgement, mainly because the awards are decided by a bunch of stiff shirt charlatans. But Walton was just so stinking amazing they couldn't not nominate him. He chewed up every scene he was in, mainly when he was the Ghoul, but his performance as washed up actor Cooper Howard added a whole other layer that isn't seen as most actors don't take on two completely different characters like that. While Walton didn't actually win in the end, the nomination in itself was important. But keep in mind that just a year ago, Golden Boy Pedro Pascal won an Emmy for his portrayal of Joel in the adaptation of Naughty Dog's acclaimed The Last of Us video games. Fallout is all about survival, but done in a simultaneously light and dark way. The show dives deep into what it means to navigate a world filled with chaos and moral dilemmas. The characters of Lucy, Maximus, and the Ghoul face tough choices that challenge their values, making the audience ponder what they do in similar situations. This exploration of human nature adds depth, transforming the show from mere entertainment into something thought provoking. Social media and fan forums buzzed with excitement as the show aired. Viewers shared their theories, favorite moments, and character arcs, creating a community around the show. Positive reviews from critics only fueled this fire. The show currently has a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and an 8.4 out of 10 rating on IMDb. The combination of fan engagement and critical acclaim led to a viral moment, making it impossible for anyone to ignore the show. And as an added bonus, the games exploded in popularity on the Steam PC gaming charts, with some of the older games even reaching new records in terms of player engagement. This is something that I love about the game adaptations and how a new show or film can get people excited about the games and they go and check it out. Maybe they've never played it before and they end up loving it. That's why I love game adaptations. It's twofold. The show or film can do great, but then it makes the games popular again. The show got nominated for 16 Emmys, and in the end, it only won two. But the fact that this goofy, dark, violent television series based on a video game got any nominations at all is quite an achievement, let alone 16. The two most notable noms being for Outstanding Drama Series and Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for The Gogmeister. I gave him that name myself. In conclusion, in an irradiated ocean of new series, Fallout's Prime show carved out its own space with rich source material, stunning visuals, relatable characters, and engaging storytelling resonated with audience. It managed to capture the spirit of the games while exploring new horizons. As new viewers discover this show on Prime, when they can't decide on what to watch next, it's clear that the Fallout show is not just another show. It was a cultural phenomenon that invited gamers and non gamers alike to gather around and experience the adventure together. Now, if you excuse me, I'm about to go fire up Fallout 76 and get lost in the wasteland for another 100 hours. Thank you for watching. Keep writing. Game on, my friends.